All right, back for another beer review, and today I am reviewing yet another beer from the Other Half Brewing Company, and they're out of Brooklyn, New York, and this is their double dry hopped Mylar Daydream. So this is a double dry hopped Imperial Oat Cream India Pale Ale. Comes in at 8.8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed, and at the time of review, this can is approximately 3 weeks old. So, full disclosure, I've had this beer before. I actually had it at a tap takeover and mobile canning release that they did last year in Buffalo, New York. It's been about 11 months since I've had this one. And I had it on tap as part of a taster with a bunch of other beers from Other Half. So I kind of forget exactly what I thought about this one. I think I gave it a 4.25 out of 5 on Untappd. But to be able to sit down and drink an entire can of it and give it a review, I'm pretty pumped up. So this is basically their Mylar Bags, and they give it the Daydream treatment, which is oats and lactose. And this is brewed with Dorado, Amarillo, Citra, Mosaic, and Galaxy hops. Yeah, I think those are the 5. And then they double dry hop it with Galaxy, and then Citra lupulin powder and Mosaic lupulin powder. I mean, what's not to love? I think it's going to be pretty tasty, but we're going to have to see. Give it a roll like I typically do with Other Half beers and most New England style IPAs, and we'll pour it in. So yeah, pretty pumped up to give this one a proper review because when you get them as a part of a taster or on tap somewhere and you're drinking a bunch of other beers, you know, your palate's kind of shot, kind of all over the place. So to sit down and drink an entire can, it gets me excited. So this is pouring out pretty dark. A lot of these Other Half beers that I've been drinking lately are a bit darker than I remember them being. So yeah, that has like this honey orange color to it. A little bit of Dirty Glass Mafia on the other side. So yeah, it's like this dark honey orange color, a bit darker than most, about a finger and a half of a pretty creamy head. Yeah, tightly compact. Looks like, now I've said this a couple times in prior reviews that it looks like Other Half beer. The mouthfeel is Other Half, and Happy Trails to Brews, Bill over there, he was like, I don't know what that means, so I'm going to try to explain it when I get into the mouthfeel and whatnot, assuming this has the Other Half mouthfeel. But yeah, it looks like, you know, a deep, dark honey orange color and a very creamy off-white head, and yeah, let's get a nose. Ooh, lots of melon like this. Yeah, hang on, let me go back. Yeah, honeydew melon on top. Oh, that's really nice. Honeydew melon, a little bit of like a OJ vibe to it as well. Little of an acidic bite to the nose, if that makes any sense. Some tangerine, dare I say Tangelo, Peter? Yeah, aside from the melon, which was, you know, right on top of this entire aroma, it was just hanging there, it's screaming. Underneath is more of like a citrus blast, more OJ and tangerine and like clementine orange and blood orange and Tangelo and all that good stuff. Like I said, it has like the acidic citrus vibe to it. There's a slight dankness to it. And from the lactose, I'm getting an ever so slight touch of vanilla as well. No hint of the 8.8. Just smells like an awesome New England style IPA. Couldn't tell it's a double, at least not from the aroma. Yeah, it smells delicious, and I think it's going to taste pretty damn good too. So let's get into it. Cheers. Very, very nice. So when I say the mouthfeel is Other Half, for those of you who've had an Other Half beer, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For those of you who haven't, it just has, for me, and this is very debatable, and you can ask 100 different people and probably get 100 different opinions. As far as New England style IPA producers, Other Half has some of the best mouthfeels for me. Now, are they cheating because they're using lactose in a lot of them? Maybe. But when they do the Daydream treatment of a lot of these beers, when they're using a shit ton of oats and then they're throwing lactose in it, the beer is so soft, so smooth, it's creamy, it's pillowy. You know, whatever word you want to use, that's what it is. Yeah, it's just, the mouthfeels on these are just so, they make them so scary drinkable. This is 8.8%. I can't tell this is over 5, honestly. If I was doing this blind, I'd say like 6 and 6.5, somewhere like that. Just because I know it's Other Half and they usually typically don't go under 6. But yeah, no alcohol astringency, no even warming going down. It's almost 9%, doesn't even taste anything close to it. The body, medium to higher side of medium bodied. It's one thing about other half beers. A lot of the double IPAs are a bit thinner, but I like that. I don't want a thick, chewy, double IPA at 9%. I want it to have like a medium to higher side of medium body, and it does. The mouthfeel and the body of these other half beers are where they shine for me. The taste, a bit more subdued than the nose. Definitely get that melon, more of a citrus pop to this one. Again, Tangelo, clementine, orange. There's a little bit of like a blood orange, acidic orange here as well, sweeter orange. But this is mostly about, for me, a lot of orange and a lot of melon. It has some of vanilla character from the lactose that's kind of like on the finish. Finish is relatively sweet. A lot of these beers are sweet. They are, I'm not going to lie. When you get a balanced one that has a moderate bitterness, I do prefer that, but this is definitely sweet. I'm probably one can and done with this one. But yeah, this is delicious to me. While the intensity of the flavors aren't like in my face or anything, it's so easy to drink. It's 8.8%. The mouthfeel and body are spectacular. And that's what I like about other half for me. They just, their beers for me are very well made. Yeah, you can say that a lot of them taste similar, and they do. I'm not going to sit here and say they don't, because so many of them, you could probably line them up and do them blind, and you know what, you're going to probably think that most of them taste very similar with maybe one or two slight different characteristics. But they're tasty to me. They're some of the best New England style IPAs that I have had personally. And yeah, I just dig their stuff. So I'm going to give Double Dry Hopped Mylar Daydream, I'm going to give this a solid 4.5 out of 5. This is a great beer for me. I thoroughly do enjoy it. I'm glad that their stuff is getting a little bit easier to find in the Western New York area with mobile canning releases. They're going to open up their brewery, I believe, early next year in Victor, New York, I believe it is, which is about an hour and a half away from me. So a bit closer. I'm sure they're going to do can releases and everything. But yeah, I'm digging this beer. If you guys have a chance to try this one out, I highly recommend doing so because it's just delicious. So appreciate you guys stopping by for another review. Until the next one, cheers.